Every day provides an opportunity for people living in Ghana or well-meaning people living in Ghana to support efforts to increase blood collection and manage access to blood and the transfusion to those who require it. Now, blood is an essential resource for managing medical conditions requiring blood transfusion. The need for blood is universal, but access to blood for all those who need it is not. Blood shortages are particularly acute in this part of the world. Ensuring everyone who needs transfusion gets access to safe blood requires that voluntary, unpaid blood donors give regularly. We're here today at the National Blood Bank here in Accra to find out the process of blood donation as well as whether there is shortage or not in the blood bank.
Our donor care teams, we have teams that go out for outreaches and then mobile sections, collect blood from donors and then bring them back for processing and dispatch back to various hospitals. So what we basically do is to receive blood from them, prepare them into the various components as we know, being concentrated red cells, CRC, fresh frozen plasma, platelet concentrate, cryoprecipitate, and then whole blood unit. After we process them, these blood units will have to go through a series of testing so that we do not give any or transfer any infections to any other person who needs blood and will be receiving blood products from us.
So how is the blood stored after all these processes?
Let's go to the quarantine room. I'll show you.
Quarantine room. Blood is also quarantined.
Yes. After when we receive the blood and put them into components, we have to quarantine them and waiting for the unit to be screened, go through the process of screening. So this is a fridge. This is a quarantine fridge. We quarantine all unprocessed units in these fridges. Okay. So these are units donated General Hospital. They are waiting to be processed to be dispatched back to Mamobi. Right. So these are also from Lekma.
So does that mean that all blood donated from whichever hospital has to come here before it's sent back?
Ideally, that's how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Yes. But unless facilities that have been certified by the National Blood Service to do their own screening, carry out the processes as has been certified by National Blood Service and FDA.
So ideally, how long does blood stay here before it's sent back?
Maximum 12 hours. When results are collated and put together, we separate the unsafe units from the safe ones. Now the unsafe units will go to one side and the safe units we put labels on the safe units. And the labels, they are all coordinated by a software we are using called BSIS. So when you scan the barcode into the system will tell you this unit is safe and that unit is not safe. Every unit that is processed is kept in these freezers. Okay. So you can see, as of this morning, these are the only units we have available that are processed.
Okay. So the rest, where the rest, they've been sent or?
Yes, they've been dispatched to the various hospitals. Okay. This is basically our process fridge. It's not encouraging though, but it's work in progress.
I'm seeing empty trays as you pull them out. Is that a problem? Should we be worried about that?
Yes, we should be. All these trays should be filled with blood units.
Does the low stock persist throughout the year, or is it peculiar to this season?
When we are getting to the end of the year, we experience a lot of low stock outs and all that. That's because most of our donations come from churches and then schools, students. So getting to the end of the year, schools are on vacation, and if they are not on vacation, they are writing exams, so they won't have time to, or even energy to, go through the donation process.
There's this notion that blood is sold at the hospitals. Is that true?
Well, this question is in two ways. Blood actually is not sold, but there is a fee that people collecting the units will have to pay. These are highly subsidized. Sometimes people don't understand it because they have brought somebody to donate blood for them, and they need to pay an amount to get the blood unit back. The processes we go through to get deem a single blood unit safe for use is lengthy, and it's cost intensive. So that's why we put charges, some fee, small, to the units that are being collected.
Would you be able to tell me how much?
Well, currently, it's 135 cedis per unit.
So for someone like me who has donated before or donates, will I still pay that 135 Ghana?
Yes, that's a problem I just spoke about. Especially people with donor cards don't understand why they have donated their blood for free and they need to pay some amount to collect the blood. As I said, the processes we go through to make a single unit of blood safe is lengthy and cost intensive.
Let's speak to some people here who have donated already today. We're going to find out from them what the feeling is like to donate blood and whether they were scared the first time that they did it. How was it like? Is this your first time donating?
Yes, please.
So what prompted you to come and donate today?
Actually, I like the idea of saving people. I like the idea of giving out. So I think I was in St. Mary's when Mr. Bano came around. But during that time, I wasn't of age to donate. So I really like the idea of donating. At least you'll be saving lives without knowing.
Was it painful at all? Was the process painful?
Well, I'm afraid of needles. So when they started with using the small pin to take your blood to test, I was really scared, but I realized it wasn't any big deal. Saving people is worth it, so I had to go through the process.
It wasn't that painful because I know the process, because I'm in it, so to me it's normal.
I started donating blood in 1976. By then, I was 20 years. What motivated me and some of my colleagues was that anytime we go to the hospital to go and donate, they give us provisions. Milk, Milo, a lot of things. So we started donating. By then, it's every 6 months. Okay. So we got to a point from 6 months, then it came to 4. We were about 60 people. I was by then with the Methodist Church, that is a men's fellowship. So 60, when they stopped giving us the provisions, the number declined. The number declined to about 40 or so. Right. Then the following 6 months also, it came to 20. Finally, it came to 1 person, and that one person is me, who is donating. Now, I told LUL it was the Milo and things that motivated, but when they stopped, I realized that they do screening for you. Before the blood will be taken, they check your age before you. They check your BP. They check your pulse. They check your weight, which should be 50 kilograms and above. Hepatitis B and C, syphilis, and what have you, HIV/AIDS. When they check all this, you don't pay a farthing. All is free of charge. So I took it myself that every 4 months, I'll get this free screening after donating. That has motivated me to donate, and I'm still donating up to now. I've saved a pregnant woman's life. I've made somebody to laugh. I've made a child to live. I've made a cancer patient to live, because all these people, they need blood. When a pregnant woman goes to deliver and she goes through cesarean section, that person needs blood.
So that's what's happening at the National Blood Bank. They're calling on all well-meaning Ghanaians who can donate blood to come and replenish the stock. For Citi News, my name is Inu Safo.